In the summer of 1972, along a lonely highway that cut through dense forests, a chilling legend began to spread. Truck drivers and late-night travelers reported picking up a young woman standing alone on the roadside. She always wore a pale blue dress and looked lost, her hair falling over her face like a curtain. No one knew where she came from, but everyone agreed on two things. She would ask for a ride to the nearest town, and she would disappear before arriving. One fateful night, Mark, a long-haul truck driver, was making his usual late delivery. The road was empty except for the beam of his headlights cutting through the darkness. As he rounded a bend, he saw her, a girl in a pale blue dress, standing silently by the edge of the road, staring at the ground. Mark slowed down and rolled down his window. "Are you okay?" he called out. The girl looked up, and for a moment, Mark swore her eyes were darker than the night. "Can you take me to the next town?" she asked softly, her voice barely audible. Mark hesitated but nodded. "Hop in." She climbed into the passenger seat without another word, her hands folded neatly in her lap. Mark tried to make conversation, but the girl never responded. She just stared ahead, unblinking. After a few miles, Mark glanced at her. "We're almost there," he said, trying to break the silence. But the girl was gone. The seat beside him was empty. Mark slammed on the brakes, his heart pounding. He got out of the truck, shining his flashlight into the woods that lined the road. There was no sign of her. It was as if she had never been there at all. Shaken, Mark continued driving to the town. When he arrived, he told the local diner owner what had happened. The man's face went pale. "You saw her," he whispered. "The girl in the blue dress." "What do you mean?" Mark asked, his voice trembling. "Years ago," the diner owner explained, "a young woman died on that road. She was walking to town after her car broke down, but no one ever stopped to help her. Now, she waits by the roadside, hoping someone will take her home. But she never makes it." Mark left the diner that night, the chill never leaving his bones, and from that day on he avoided that stretch of road.
Others weren't so lucky. To this day, drivers still report seeing the girl in the pale blue dress, silently waiting by the roadside, and vanishing before the ride is over. The end. Or is it?